Listen, babes, I'm hopped up. I'm hopped up on nothing but pure energy drinks and 150 milligrams of Vyvanse, baby. Listen, they updated the fiance's dosage, so now daddy gets the leftovers, okay? It's episode 145, baby, everybody. It's here, okay? And we're cruising and bruising on our way to 150, on our way to 200. And we've come to a realization. We've come to a pretty solid realization here at the WODpod Studios that we are, in fact, and I mean, whatever, so people could dispute this fact, but so far we have not seen any circumstantial evidence that would lead us to believe we're wrong here when it comes to the fact that we are the number one podcast in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I mean, round of applause. We're number one on all the charts, basically. There's not another podcast that is outdoing our numbers, the episodes, the quality, the everything. We're the number one podcast in Mechanicsburg, PA. And so, it's been a long time coming, dare I say, we might have had that title since like episode 3, but here we are. It's fine. And I think it's something to realize that this is why we want Shane Gillis on the podcast. This is why Shane Gillis needs to be a guest on the What Are We Doing podcast. We need to get him here, get him in studio, in front of our microphones, and have a conversation. Okay? Everyone knows Shane Gillis. Okay, Saturday Night Live, stand-up comedian, back to Saturday Night Live, Joe Rogan's friend, you know what I mean? Shane Gillis, one of the funniest men, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania native, okay? If you follow his story, you'll know he grew up here, I think here in Mechanicsburg, moved to Philly, Pittsburgh a little bit, somewhere in those areas, I think Philly. And then, obviously New York, and now I think he resides in Texas. Shane Gillis, Mechanicsburg, PA native. His show Tires is on Netflix. Hilarious. Hands down, amazing. Incredible piece of work. Probably why we've got the news. We've got breaking news right here just now, just announced as I sat down. Tires, Netflix, season 2. Announced, approved, happening. Congratulations. Congratulations to Shane Gillis, all of his friends, Matt, all the people who worked on the show in season 1 that made it an incredible piece of work. An incredible piece of work in a in a time where comedians and their movies and their TV shows are kind of, haven't really been performing the way that they probably thought they would when it came to their audience and relationships to the podcast and transitioning that attention and focus over to like TV and the movie theaters. And, it hasn't been working. We've got, I'm pretty sure The Machine, Kreischer's movie flopped. I never watched, I don't think anyone's seen it. Sebastian's movie, whatever. Sebastian's new TV shows, whatever. I think Bill Burr did the movie thing that flopped. So it's in a world of comedians attempting to go mainstream and, get these sitcoms, these shows, these sketch comedies, these movies. Tires is obviously winning. So congrats to Gillis. And you know what I mean? Here's the thing. We need him. We need Shane on the podcast for a few reasons, but the main reason being is I need to convince him that Tires season 2, because obviously it was just announced they haven't started filming yet. We need to convince Shane Gillis to film Tires season 2 back here in Mechanicsburg. And I can't think of a better location than at the Best G's Tires. Okay? Listen, if you don't know, if you're not from Mechanicsburg, because if you're not like the 30 of us who live here, there is one of the best new places to go for oil changes. New tires on your car basically is, the bread and butter from the name. The I swear to God, this is real. This is a real business. It's literally called the Best G, okay? We need Shane Gillis on the podcast so we can introduce him to the Best G, because I'm sure this is a new business here in Mechanicsburg, just a few years old. Shane probably hasn't been back this way, since then. He probably doesn't even know this place exists since now his time in New York and Texas and LA and all that shit. So we need Shane to not only come on the podcast, but we need to convince him that the filming location for Tires Season 2 should not be at his friend's dad's garage in Westchester, PA. They should come here to Mechanicsburg, hometown. Listen, all they need, listen, write Best G a check for like 20 grand, and I guarantee you he'll piss off for however long you need to film season 2. Okay? Like, isn't that what we should do? Like, can you think of a more better idea? Like, that's it, right? Now, I'm pretty sure the Best G shop is like way smaller than the one that they filmed in season 1, but that could be the premise. Season 2 of Tires, the premise is the shop's not doing so great. They had to move out because they couldn't afford their current rent. And then now they had to like downsize to a smaller garage because, inflation, the economy, and that makes it even funnier, right? All these dudes trying to do this oil change and like change tires when there's only like 1 or 2 bays to work out of. That is hilarious. Okay. It's like, and like, we could like even point to like, everyone's buying Teslas, right? So everyone's out here buying Teslas. Electric vehicles are going mainstream. People don't need oil changes anymore. So like now 90% of your business, they still need tires, but let's be honest, I'm pretty sure Tesla, by the time you need new tires on your Teslas, it's time to trade in the lease anyways. So like the businesses of auto mechanics are going to start dwindling here very, very soon. The small guys will fade out quickly. And then the bigger guys like the Jiffy Lubes and like the big, the car dealerships with their own shops or whatever, those will stay for a while. But eventually, like, what else are we going to need other than a row of electric chargers? There's not much other maintenance. Obviously, we'll need a few people for when the maintenance is necessary. But 9 times out of 10, when it comes to these electric vehicles, the only maintenance you need is an over-the-air software update. So a few button clicks and you're taken care of. So, it would be the perfect premise. It would be the perfect premise for Shane Gillis's Tires Season 2, okay? So all of that to say, we need Shane on the podcast. I think it would be a fantastic addition to our repertoire of guests, the very few limited that we've had here, because no one really likes me. It's fine. But listen, I think to sweeten the deal, here's what we have to offer. So if management, if you're still listening, Shane's manager, I know she's a lovely lady. Listen, we can provide him with as many grilled cheeses, okay, as we need to. And by God, if we will not have any less than 15 cases of Bud Light. We've already got a stack over here. We've already got a stack of Bud Light ready to go. When Shane arrives in this studio, he will have everything his heart's ever desired. Did your mom's house provide Shane with beer and grilled cheese? No, I mean, they got him Zyn. That's fine. We'll get him a tower of Zyn. We'll get Shane a new Xbox controller, a stack of grilled cheeses, a stack of Bud Light, a stack of Zyn, and hello? Listen, let's make it happen. Our schedule's open. Whenever Shane's back in PA, we need him in the studio, okay? But, in all seriousness, if you live, and just to wrap up the Shane Gillis bit, if you do live in the central PA area, specifically like Mechanicsburg, Camp Hill, around the Carlisle Pike, not only should you be going to Top G's, Best G's, Tire Services, and Auto Garage for your car repair, but you need to ditch the Dunkin' and get the fuck out of the Starbucks line. And go to Noir Coffee. Okay, it's at the end of the pike. It's local. You're supporting small business, and more importantly, Noir Coffee is 1,000% better than Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. And B, it's going to a good cause because at Noir, they only hire the special needs. Those with Down syndrome are running the entire thing. And so it's a cause. It's a small business. It's a great level of support. Listen, Megs and I go whenever we can. We love it there. Megs goes all the time. The drinks are great. And so, like I said, if you're down to clown and you just want to support from a distance, instead of getting Dunkin' Donuts coffee next time, stop at Noir. It's on the Carlisle Pike, and I'm pretty sure it's owned. Shane's sister, I think, runs it. He helped opened it. He was there at the grand opening. It's a whole family affair. And that's why we love him. We love him. We love the Gillis family. We love everything they're doing. And it's crazy. And so congrats to him on all the success. We can't wait. We cannot wait to have you on the podcast whenever you inevitably say yes.